Hey guys, I'm Dave with Growing the Home Garden. Today one of my chores is to go through and actually renovate a garden bed. I say renovate, it's just kind of covering it back up again, making sure there's good soil in it so that we'll be ready to plant. And let me show you this bed. It right now is covered in weeds. So pretty much anytime you have something that is in a spot you don't want it to be in, you can call it a weed. This is most likely dead nettle. It often gets confused with henbit, but it is in our garden beds here, and it is a great early spring pollinator for bees and different types of insects, but it's not really that great in my garden bed. But what we're going to do is we're going to take cardboard, lay it down over top of the garden bed area, and then we're going to use some garden soil to put over top of it. It's an organic garden soil that I found at our local box stores, and we're going to put about a 2-inch layer of that soil all over this bed and get it ready for planting. All the while, I'm going to make sure that this area right here, this is garlic, is left alone so that those can kind of grow all the way to the best point of harvest, which will be probably late summer when these start to turn brown. So that's what the plan is for today. You can see a little bit of that garden bed there. I probably have more soil than I need for this one garden bed. That's okay, I've got plenty of places I can use it. So right here is the cardboard I've got, and you'll note here that it has some tape on it. So you want to try your best to remove that tape. And we'll just kind of peel it back, or you can cut out the pieces that you don't want. That will not biodegrade. It takes a long time for that tape to go anywhere. I've missed a few pieces in my garden here and there, and so I find it years later, and it's just not something you want to have in your garden beds. So try to remove all the tape. So you're going to miss some here and there. That's okay. It's not a huge deal, but you'll just have to pull it out again later. So we're just going to go through, lay down the cardboard as best we can, have good coverage, overlap the corners and the edges as best you can so that you don't have any kind of seams where weeds and seeds can germinate and come up and through. See, I've had it down here for a few days since we got the dirt, and it's flattened it out pretty good. That's probably a good start for it. But you can clean out anything around the edges you want to. I'm just going to pull a few of these seeds and weeds and stuff to get them down a little bit so they'll lay a little better. And we'll just overlap and cover this bed here in just a few minutes. So now once we've gotten enough cardboard down that we're satisfied that we can handle whatever weeds are going to be under it, that's when we start coming out here with the soil. So we're going to lay about a 2-inch coverage of soil. These come in 2 cubic foot bags. So you should be able to get about a 2x3 area with each bag of coverage. Just a rough estimate. So in this bed, it's probably about a 6 foot by 3 foot bed. Probably need about 3 of the 5 bags that I have here. sometimes the wind will blow things away. I'm gonna go get that cardboard and get back over here. To offset that, if you get your hose out and water these down before you start putting the dirt on, they will lay down better and the extra weight from the water will hold them into the ground. The wind won't blow them away. Or you could opt to do this on a less windy day than I am doing it now. I'm just going through now and I'm leveling things out with my hands, trying to get it so there's no huge clumps anywhere. What's really nice about using this kind of no-till method is that weeds are not going to germinate down below the ground. They're going to suffocate, they're not going to get any light, they can't germinate. And so it's going to lead to a much more weed-free bed, and you're going to be able to grow much easier and much more happily without having to do all the weeding. There will be a little bit of weeding, of course, because stuff blows in, but it's definitely a easier load to take care of. So here you can see the raised bed after I've put the soil on it. I'll go around the edges and clean up the weeds on the side. Obviously there's some stuff hanging out that's sticking out. I'll just clean that up real good. And probably in a day or two, I'll come out here and plant. We'll start doing some kale, lettuce, cilantro, and some of our favorite type of greens that are still good for the cool season. So one of the major benefits of doing the no-till method is probably time savings. If you think about it, if you're tilling in a garden, that takes a while to get done right. Sometimes you've got to do it multiple times in order to break down the soil enough. Plus with tilling, you end up getting kind of a hard pan layer underneath where the blades rotate. It can kind of create a little bit of a spot where water can get trapped, especially if you got a lot of clay in your soil. Here with this no-till method, you're just going right on top of what you already had there. You can lay it right on top of the weeds, cover them up, and they won't be a problem. Especially if you've got a good layer of cardboard. If you don't have cardboard, newspaper is a great thing to use, but you'll probably need to put more newspaper down than you do cardboard just because it's a lot thinner to start from. So this is a great way to grow your raised bed gardens, or it doesn't even have to be a raised bed. It doesn't have to be confined by lumber or stone or whatever. It could be just done right on the ground. There's variations of this, like lasagna gardening. That's a great method too. I've used that several times in the past, using combinations of grass clippings, cardboard, layering, different types of compost, putting it all together. It works really good. It's especially great for starting a raised bed or starting a bed in general. But anyway, I hope this was interesting. Hope it was informative. If it was, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time growing the home garden. Thanks. Have a good one.